Hi everyone and welcome to Tosu Show, and today we're gonna play Higurashi When They Cry. Oh, it's not gonna say. We're gonna play Higurashi When They Cry Watanagashi, which is the episode 2 out of the 8 episodes from the Higurashi franchise. I'm gonna try to play around 45 minutes to an hour big max, and we're gonna see what that second episode is about. So if you watch this, my hope is that you already played the first episode, but as you know, the first episode named Onikakushi is finishing in a pretty dramatic way. So let's see what's gonna happen here. So we're gonna start. Watanagashi, the most possibilities. How was your taste of life in Hinamizawa? A curse or a conspiracy? I believe you have fully enjoyed everything and everyone seeming suspicious. Here, at last, it is no surprise attack, but a real direct incident. Please enjoy it. The difficulty is lower than Onikakushi, but is extremely vicious. So basically here they're gonna say that they want to make sure that you can see somewhat a conspiracy, or at least it looks like that. So for those who play Onikakushi-hen, which means the Demon Away episode, because there's some kind of folklore in this game where Hinamizawa used to be Onigafushi, which is the Ogre's Lake or something like that. Ogre's Meadow or something like this, and there's a lot of demons around, and there is like a god that is named Oyashiro-sama. And what you don't know at the end of the first episode is everything a curse, or is everything humans, perpetrators that did something? You just don't know. But every year when there is that festival named Watanagashi, so Watanagashi is the festival, there is one person dying and one person disappearing. So we'll see in this case what's gonna happen. I will not quench you first, for you seek the truth and could not accept that. I will not quench you first, for the truth you desire does not exist, but I still want to quench you first, for I am the one who cast you into the desert. Frederica Berncastel. Obviously the game is a work of fiction. 1983, the early summer of the 50th year of the Showa era, which is in June, I think. They changed that into the 07th mod to make you understand that it's in June. The chirping of birds served as my alarm clock. Huh? Wasn't today Sunday? Wasn't it basically my style to stay up late on Saturday and sleep through the morning on Sunday? Why was I waking up at this distinguishedly wholesome hour? Back to sleep, back to sleep. Keiichi, are you awake? You have a phone call. At that moment, the sound of my mother calling me from downstairs finally registered. So very briefly, you will see that your main character is Keiichi Maebara, and at the end of the first episode something happened to him, so it's kind of, in order to not spoil, let's just say that it's kind of surprising that you start with Keiichi here, or at least if you think about it in a normal way of chronological order, you would think that it's not that, but that's one of the surprises of that game, and I'm not gonna say more. It's already kind of a spoiler, I guess. Alright, let's continue. Phone call? I sprang up out of bed abruptly and stampeded noisily down the stairs. I don't know if you say stampeded or stampede. I don't know. He's awake. I'll put him on right now, my mother informed the person on the other end of the line. Hello? It's me. Who might this be? Ha ha ha! Morning, Keichin-kun. You're such a sleepyhead, such a sleepyhead. Oh, Rena, what's up? Calling so early in the morning. Oh, I thought it was Mion, so I wanted to do a voice like Mion. Okay, let's change that. Ha ha ha! Morning, Kenshi-kun. You're such a sleepyhead, such a sleepyhead. I guess he was easy to know that it's Rena because she keeps repeating sometimes her sentences. Ah, I don't think it's so early. It's the middle of the day, you know? It was 11 o'clock. I guess you could loosely consider that the middle of the day. So, what's up? Hold on a second. I'll put Mi-chan on now. Ohio, Kei-chan. If I were to say it in English, I'll be good morning. While we're at it, why don't you try saying it in Chinese, German and Russian as well? Yahoo, Kei-chan. Guten Morgen, Kei-chan. Russian? Das Vidania. How the hell should I know? Nice. So once again, I'm gonna cut off quickly saying that Rena and Mion are also characters from the first episode. You know what's happening to them when you finish the first episode, so once again, kind of like a clue of weirdness here. Wahahaha! Well, whatever. Oh, that's Keishi. Wahahaha! Well, whatever, this stupid conversation has woken me up. Hahaha! That's good to hear. So, Kei-chan, you're free right now? If you're good, then we've got everybody. Everybody? Did she mean all the club members? That's right. You might be thinking, every day always ends in edit competition, but at last I can spend my day off peacefully. You're too naive, Kei-chan. Yeah. The aim of our club is to find the best solution for every situation. In other words, we don't care if it's a weekend. Oh, it looks like Kei-chan has come to understand our club. So, how about it? Can you come? I had absolutely nothing planned that day. If I were to refuse club president Mion's invitation, what other fun ways to pass the time would I have? It's not like I plan on doing anything, and if I said no, you'd probably just declare me the loser by default and force a penalty game on me anyways. If you understand that much, then you can't refuse, right? If you're okay with it, then meet at the usual place at 1 o'clock. We're going into town, so bring your bike, okay? Club activities in town? Well, we could do them anywhere. Besides, since it was a new venue, there was no way this wasn't going to be intense. I'm holding a pretty big grudge from that narrow loss a couple days ago. I'll say it right now, I'm not going to lose. A couple of days ago was Friday's club activities, that uncompromising poker match. It was a fight to the death. Nobody held back. Nobody could tell who was in the lead or who was last until all the points were tallied. In the end, I won by only one ship. Oh, I guess Mion was the one saying the things that I said. Anyway, Mion came in second. Damn it! To think if I ever squandered that one ship! So... Oh. They changed that. So when you right click, logically you should just show the person and not the system menu. So let's see if I... Oh, it's because you can select between show menu and hide window. I'm gonna do hide window. And yeah, I wanted to show you this because that's the original art of the game, of the one from 07 expansion. And MangaGamer created that new version, which we're gonna see now. So hold on a minute. So config, you can see that this updated versus original. I changed it to original because the updated version for me, I don't know, they still look weird, and I just wanted to play the original version as an original version. You may have seen that I did a game preview of the first episode, but with the 07th mod, which basically is an update that uses the PlayStation 2 sprites and like general features. And yes, it's PlayStation 2. I think on my previous recording I thought it was PlayStation 3, but it's PlayStation 2 and it's named Higurashi Matsuri and not Higurashi Kizuna, which is the DS version. Anywho, solving problems here, right? But that is the character of Mion Sonozaki here. Mion lamented first, perhaps more so than the fact she lost the match. Mion doesn't lose. That's why Mion always whine when she let the champion's throne slip through her fingers. That's why she was more frustrated than anybody over a close loss. So, did she mean for today to be a grudge match? Bring it on! Just like last time, I'll shut you down and make sure you play that penalty game. Make sure you play in a way that you won't regret it when you lose. Heh. Wouldn't have it any other way. I'll make it all the more better when I crush you. After that, we exchanged jeers for a bit before hanging up the phone. As I headed back upstairs, hastily to get the key to my bike, I bumped into my mother as she was carrying a futon down. Oh, Keiichi, you seem like you're in a good mood. Heading out? Something like that. I'm going into town to play with everybody. Take care. Watch out for traffic. Be back before dinner. Yeah, I'll be back by then. After unlocking the chain from my bike in the garage, I reveled a bit in the resistance the slightly stiff pedal gave as I pushed on it. Alright, let's go. I set off on my bike, cutting through the refreshing morning air. Alright, we're gonna see something that is new. On the first episode they didn't really talk about the town by itself or all the different places, locations around the town. So it'll be interesting to see what they do this time. One thing to note, because I didn't mention it so far, 07's expansion is the company name of who created that When They Cry franchise. There's 8 episodes of Higurashi, this being the second episode. And then after that there's something named Umineko no Naku Koro, which is also 8 episodes, and there's a new one named Sikonia that came out late 2019. So right now that's the whole franchise When They Cry, but each of them has a very different story. And now you can see that on the left we have Mion, and on the right we have Rena. Keiichi-kun! You're late! Sorry to keep you waiting. Huh? Where's Satoko and Rika-chan? Rather than meeting up with them here, it's a lot quicker to just meet up in town. Oh, I see. If I remember correctly, Satoko and Rika-chan's houses were on the other side past the school. Oh yeah, what's up with doing club activities in town? It can't be that everybody's going to put on masks and rob banks all day, is it? I wouldn't mind doing that. Even then, I wouldn't lose to you. You see, Mi-chan always tells me the routes and schedules of the armored banks of the armored bank cars. I wonder why. What? I spun around with a serious look on my face and looked at Mion. Well, it certainly seemed possible that Mion was capable of doing that. Seriously, Mion? Rena! What are you saying? Sorry, Mi-chan, sorry, The two of them joked around. That brings laughter. That bright laughter was the best match for a beautiful day like today. Hey, you two! Satoko and Rika-chan are waiting for us, aren't they? Let's stop fooling around and get going. Around and around, fooling about like two fluttering butterflies. I honestly wished I could just keep watching them like that, like this. But the five of us together would be absolutely more fun. That's right! Well then, let's go! The goal is to plunder 1 million! Once we replete the loot, everybody scrap! Yay! The three of us on our bikes headed over the gently sloping hill towards town. Accelerating hard, we crested the hill. The view expanded as Okinomiya Station came into sight. I occasionally come to the station here. Considering the amount of effort it takes to get here for, it was quite a hassle. That's why I didn't know much about the area around the station, or Okinomiya itself for that matter. The street we were headed down today was of course unfamiliar to me as well. Going through the railroad crossing, we headed past the south end of the station. This is the first time I've been this way. Around here, there's a lot of things like arcades and toy stores. Mi-chan knows a lot about it. So there's an arcade. I used to go to one pretty often. My gamer's blood roils within me. Always going to an arcade? Kei-chan, you're quite the delinquent. Next time we're here, I'll show you where it is. It's a good one. There's quite a few machines. It seems like the town of Okinomiya was Mion's stomping grounds. If I asked her, she could tell me a lot of things about it. Eventually we came across a store with quite a few bikes parked in front of it. Was this the arcade? No, it was a smaller shop. Looking at the window display, it seemed like your everyday toy shop. But for almost 10 kids to be filling in and out of the store, they were doing almost too well for themselves. Could it be that that store is having some sort of event today? Exactly! Top prize is 50,000 yen! 50,000? What the heck is that? That's the GNP of the People's Republic of Keiichi 5 times over! Two cute figures messing about the front of the store noticed us and waved their hands. Hello everybody! We've been waiting for you! Good morning! So we have two of the characters. On the left side you have Rika, and on the right side you have Satoko. Rika Furude and Satoko Hojo. In the first episode we do see them often, but kind of like more than halfway of the story you don't hear about them as much. So maybe this episode will tell a bit more about those two characters. Hey! Morning, Rika-chan. Satoko will settle this before the cops get here. The goal is to plunder 1 billion. Ah! Keiichi-san, I have no idea what you're talking about. Are we late? Did we keep you two waiting? We finished early today, so we've been waiting a while. I'm sorry about that. Kei-chan here was taking his sweet time. Well, if it was Keiichi's fault, he couldn't be helped. Saying that, Rika-chan stretched up and began patting Mion's head. Hey, wait a minute. Are you solving everything by making me the bad guy? Of course. Who else but Keiichi-san could fill this important role? Oh ho 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 ho. I don't like being cast like that. If you think that this solves everything, you're sorely mistaken. I was feeling slightly irritated, so I began to repeatedly smack Satoko on the head. Smack, 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 smack. Kei's bullying me. Wow. It's such a shame that Keishi's bullying you. Satoko's crying. She's crying. I'm taking her home. You big sis will take care of the bad guy, okay? Wham! Reina ecstatically whipped the tears, which were probably fake, from Satoko's face, while Rika-chan gently patted mine as I lay sprawled on the ground. Yes, this is fine. Yep. This is the way things are supposed to be solved. Although, I think we should find a new punchline before you start losing teeth. Well then, upsy daisy. In any case, the greeting for today went well. Inside the toy shop, there were about 10 boys around the same age as me. Apparently they all knew Mion, and finding out that she had arrived, they greeted her with jeers, a few at a time. Mi-chan is regular at this toy shop, so she has a lot of friends. A regular at a toy shop? What's up with that? Hey, Keiichi-san, take a look back here. Following Satoko's prompting, I took a look. There were chairs lined up at tables, almost like some sort of birthday party. I realized it immediately. It couldn't be. This is the venue for today's club activity? Surprise, Kei-chan! I'm good friend with the owner here. He sometimes let me hold game tournaments to expand his customer base. Expand his customer base? I see. Meaning all the boys livening up the place were participants? That's right! Normally it's just us 5, but today we're gonna play with lots and lots of people. Reina was innocently happy about being able to play with so many people, but my expression grew noticeably stern. Keiichi-san, I know exactly what you're thinking. Oh? Well then, why don't you try saying it? Together, okay? 1, 2... These are all enemies! Satoko's voice and mine blended together in harmony. We looked over at the participants. After all, the top prize was 50,000 yen. My eyes lit up like flame. Hey, Kei-chan, it looks like today will be fun. Well, no matter how many more rivals I have, the goal is still the same. Rivals? Kei-chan, do you think a whale keeps track of all the krill it eats? She says that in an unpleasant voice, laughing with an aggressive glint in her eyes reserved solely for club activities. Damn it, Mion. She's as serious as she can get today. I'm not the only one who's serious. Take a look at Rika-chan. Mion pointed, looking at where her finger directed me. What the heck is that? Rika-chan was using those kind of traits to soften up the group with an almost excessive pleasantness. I'm also going to do my best. Go for it! Yeah! Go for it! Yeah! Completely emasculated, the group joined Rika-chan in a cheer. The inside of the store had been consumed by the world of Rika-chan. Damn, she's already chomping at the bit. It seemed like today's going to be fun. I'm going to do my best. Ow! It seems that Rena was also unusually fired up by the large crowd. Hopping about and running around, she had entered entirely into cute mode. In Rena's case, the real fun starts when her tension gauge fills up. Her happy-go-lucky attitude belied the fact that she was the state in which she was the most threatening. Mion was making small talk with some of the regular customers that she was acquainted with. It was like business as usual with her. Of course, if anybody thought that Mion looked ordinary, they were not qualified to be in our club. The shadow beneath her feet was exuding killer instinct, rising up like a chill wind. Damn it, Mion. Throwing away her honor and humanity like that, she's serious. Keiji-san, didn't you know? The 50,000 yen prize is from Mion-san's own pockets. What? She was putting up the 50,000 yen all by herself? At that moment, a dark miasma that warped Mion's surrounding began to appear. What is it, Kei-chan? Is there something on my face? A shiver crept at my spine. That Mion, cornering herself like that, she was putting out the demon lurking within her. Fine with me. Damn it! My knees are shaking like crazy. Alright, I'm gonna take a little bit of a breath because I was mostly like saying what's written. As you can see, the game is a visual novel, so there's not much that you can do except reading. The thing for is that, as you can see, some of the music can be like changing the tone, obviously, of the text, and this is showing a little bit more about the club activities. So it was something very big on the first game, where the characters basically were always playing together and they always try to win, and the loser usually has a penalty, which is a funny type of penalty. So I will definitely suggest any of you that didn't actually play the episode 1 to play it if you already like that style. But I think that my game preview will probably about the good side of the story, because most of the times that game is kind of like two sides. There's the moment where you're on a daily life, everything is fine, everything is great, like it's like a slice of life, and then suddenly, bam, something happened, something dramatic happened, and then it changed absolutely everything. The whole tone is changed. I don't think we will go to a part where the tone will necessarily change from that fun and amusing set of sentences, right? But anyway, let's continue. I'll continue for like 5 or 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna stop. I hope that it helps you see a little bit how the game is and the characters a little bit and understand like what the style. So let's continue. Before I realized it, the store had filled up with even more people. However, the looks in their eyes weren't confrontational. They were looks of expectation and curiosity. They were the eyes of onlookers who were wondering what kind of match was going to occur and who was going to win. Hehe. You couldn't ask for a better stage than this. This is getting interesting. Keiichi-kun! Let's do our best, okay? Do our best! Oh... Rena was already fully charged. Mortal laws and common sense held no power before the might of Rena in her cute mode. I definitely didn't want to fight her if possible. Rika-chan, do your best. We're all cheering on you. Okay, I'll do my best. Rika-chan was exuding way too much charm no matter how you look at it, had already won over most of the onlookers to her side. Nonchalantly avoiding things had always been Rika-chan's creed, but for her to be blatantly laying out her machinations like this, something was definitely strange. Like Rena, she was somebody who I didn't want to fight if I could help it. Of course, the one you don't want to fight the most is Mion-san. I've been lucky to even live alive more than a few times at the end of club activities, but I don't think there was a day that even came close to being this dangerous. Mion-san seems to have developed quite the grudge after losing that poker match a few days back, you know? It seems that way. In other words, today is just an elaborate stage for revenge. Almost as far as she were psychic, Mion turned towards us. Her eyes silently conveyed the message. You guys just figured that out now? It wasn't just Mion. Both Rena and Rika-chan were more pumped up than they'd ever been. Yeah. One's gonna pop up today. Without a doubt, there'll be casualties. It seems that somehow Keiichi-san and I are the only one left. What do you think? Should we not have our match during the opening round? Might as well. I need to warm up before I can really kick it into gear. He's being mean to Satoko. He's always mean to Satoko. That's the whole thing with them. There's that antagonistic relationship. My spinal column shuddered like it had been struck by a bolt of lightning, and like a pillar of ice was being jammed into it, began to freeze. I could almost see the flames spotlighting Satoko with their intensity. Even then, while Satoko was displaying a normal smile, it was cold and inhuman, almost as if it were a plastic mask. Hey! You must really want to eliminate me in the opening round. You can't hide that murderous intent. Oh, sorry, I don't know if it was Satoko or if it was Keiichi in this case. Well, we'll see. Oh, that's what I thought. It was more like Keiichi, but... Oh, that's too bad. You're being uncharacteristically cautious today, Keiichi-san. Oh ho ho ho. Without a doubt, it was a trap. I don't know what she had up her sleeve, but if I fought with Satoko during the opening round, my loss would be more certain than if I went against Mion. A pitch black miasma permitted the inside of the store. Did they all want to win that 50,000 yen prize that much? No, that's not right. The only one competing for the prize money were the casual participants. I was different. I had mistaken this as just a way to fool around on a normal Sunday. It didn't matter when it was, or where it was, or who our opponents were. In our club, the goal is always the very top of the mountain. An intense flame that no strong wind could extinguish, hot enough to melt any steel, began to burn inside me. The fuse had been lit as its unprecedentedly intense club battle. It was then that the owner of the store told Mion in a lackadaisical, oh wow, what a word, lackadaisical voice, that it was about time to begin. Is everybody ready? Listen close now. Mion began with the formalities, standing in for the owner, and explained the rules of today's tournament. You're only playing to win. There is no second or third place. That's the same rule as our club. There were 15 people participating. We were to split up into 5 groups via a draw, and each group would have one winner. Each winner in the first stage would advance to the next in order to compete in the final. Now, as for how each group will compete, each table can decide to play whatever they want. As long as the game is here in the shop, anything goes. Already in club mode Defcon 1, I didn't let the small gap in the rules go unnoticed. Mion, can I ask a question? Won't everybody push to play a game they're good at, and not be able to agree on which one? Oh, that's right. If we can decide, we can start. The spectators also nodded along. It was only natural. There wasn't anybody who would simply cede to their opponent's suggestion. I'd prefer if you were all good sports and managed to come to a decision of your own. But if it's come to a stalemate, should we have a store's owner decide for you? It was an event at a toy store after all. You'd expect the owner to referee. After that, Mion's rundown continued. It ended with the rule that any losing participants would have to buy the game they lost at. A rather nice proposition for the store. First, we used a draw to split into 5 groups. Everybody lined up single file and began to draw tickets that the shop owner had prepared. It was my turn. Alright, time to draw. No matter who I was up against, I'd crush them. At that moment, Mion began to laugh with a hawkish gleam in her eye. Of course, I'm sure you already know, but club member will have a separate penalty game than the casual participants. Heh, I thought as much. What's the gist of it? The winner gets to give the loser one order each. Oh, the winner gets to give the losers one order each. So basically you have to win. Otherwise you get an order. Contrary to how simple it sounded, it was a terrifying eventuality, the subject of which no one could predict. Damn you, Mion! Was she really planning on parading me around Hinamizawa in cat ears and a banana hammock with a tail attached or something? So that is actually something that happened in the first game. Kind of. The look on Mion's face told me she wasn't going to let me off that easy. On top of that, this time, it wasn't just the person who finished last would have to submit to the penalty game. The losers get 1 order each. In other words, even if you don't finish last, you still have to do a penalty game. That'll be the case. What about if there's no winner? Like, if all the club members drop out midway through. Hahaha! Kei-chan, are you alright in the head? What? The look in Mion's eye became that of a lion baring its fangs. How exactly are the elite members of our club going to lose to some mewling newborns? Kei-chan, don't embarrass me by getting eliminated in the first round. Even so, I didn't feel threatened. The more into it my opponent was, the stronger I would become. You just wait and see. I won't just sit here and be bullied by you, Mion. I'll show you. We shall meet in the finals. The results of the draw were enough to make you cry conspiracy. All the members of the club were nicely divided up amongst the 5 tables. How did this happen when the draw was that random? The thought that I was already caught in Mion's puppet strings made me feel uneasy. That was fine, for I'll crush all you petty tricks. Now, where were my opponents? Everybody was headed to the table corresponding to the number on their ticket. The competition at my table was these 2, huh? They look younger than me. Huh? Aren't you 2 classmates of mine? Oh, hi! I'm Tobita. This is Okamura. Okamura-kun greeted me by nodding his head. So my opening round was to be against my juniors from school. Just saying, but it seemed like a pretty easy matchup. Lucky! Time to destroy them without mercy. Alright then, everybody. Please decide on your game and start. Oh, that was Mion. Alright then, everybody. Please decide on your games and start. With Mion's declaration, the inside of the store suddenly became lively. Everybody was yelling their favorite games at each other, trying to gain an advantage before they started. Even my 2 classmates, who seemed taciturn at first glance, began to fiercely insist on their own games as soon as the signal was given. Of course, I would kick those suggestions aside. There was absolutely no reason to pick a game your opponent was good at. Sorry, the old games I don't know. Could you pick something a little more well-known? Of course, they didn't agree to the games I suggested either. I could only smirk bitterly. Naturally, after 5 minutes, this table still couldn't agree on a game. Obeying the rules, we asked the store owner to decide on a game. Clearing his throat, the shop owner brought over a board game from the back of the store. It was a game called Billionaire. Quite the vintage we have here. Come to think of it, if you lose, you have to buy this game. That damn shop owner, was he using this competition to get rid of all the games he couldn't sell? Yeah, smart. That's what I would do too. I know this one. You guys do too, right? Spin the wheel and head to the goal. Whoever has the most money after we liquidate our assets is the winner. The 2 nodded in agreement, and finally the game was underway. At that time, I already had a feeling of impending crisis. I wouldn't realize why until the game progressed a bit. Alright, that will be where we're gonna stop. So thank you everybody for joining this game preview of Higurashi When They Cry Episode 2 Watanagashi. In this game, just to let you know, there's a new character that appear. I'm not gonna say who it is, but there's a new person that will be very important. And I know that because I watched the anime. I never played that game actually, I never played episode 2. I did play episode 1 now 2 times because I just finished it like yesterday or 2 days ago. And the first time I finished it like 10 years ago or even more than that. And this one I never played it, so I'm super excited to see how it's gonna go. And hopefully you are too. I hope you're gonna give a chance to any of the When They Cry games because they're fantastic. I know that beginning is very long, but that's generally the way that it kind of is. So sometimes it could be a bit slow, but when you get to the good part, they're just amazingly good. So there it is. Thank you for watching Toss a Show. Please subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Facebook page where you will see a lot of game screenshots too. So maybe if you want game screenshots, is a good place to be. Thank you and hopefully talk to you soon. Matane!